it going, everybody? Texas Redleg here. Hope you're having a good start to your week. Seems like there's a lot going on. Every day there's something else that's happened or seems like it's about to happen, or rumors and hyperbole, run amok. Lots of uncertainty out there. I think we can all agree on that. Everything from the pandemic to the war drums beating to economic disaster to the stock market crash to, I don't know, just about anything it seems like nowadays can be a catastrophe. Global warming. It's just a absolute chaotic time. Much of it man-made by design, I firmly believe. But I wanted to go back to a video that a lot of us have talked about on here and on YouTube and throughout other venues, but for years now, a lot of us have, talked about the term of going gray. And going gray, in terms of your everyday, persona, your everyday activities, your online activities, your communications, it all sort of goes together, in my opinion. And there's certain people that get on here and talk about anything and everything, and that's certainly their prerogative. And I even talk about some sticky situations and topics from now and then from time to time. But in going gray, it's a mindset that you implement with regard to self-preservation and protection of you, your family, your friends, and your property, and your basic lifestyle. Going gray is basically a way of saying fit in, blend in. Don't draw unnecessary attention to yourself. And I'm not saying that people don't have the right to wear what they want to wear and say what they want to say. Of course, they have that right currently. But sometimes you have to play smart instead of, the way that you want to play. And I firmly believe that the rules of the game were about to change significantly. And by rules of the game, I mean the way that the government treats its citizens, the way they think of us as citizens, as the people, and firmly believe that we are to serve them and not the other way around. The rules for thee, but not for me. And a lot of them have proven that that's what they're all about. But I think most of you know that. I don't have to tell you that. But going gray, and that's going gray, personally and in public. First thing I say is be prepared to question everything. Don't be paranoid, but be prepared. And, be prepared to vet people that you don't know. Somebody starts showing up to your group meetings, or some dude just starts showing up and working his way into your group, or wanting to be a part or to ask a lot of questions. You need to question that. You need to vet that person. There's going to be heavy use. If this thing goes like a lot of us think it's going to go, there's going to be heavy use of snitches by the government and informants, confidants, sources, etc. And it's obviously going to be electronic surveillance. There already is, unfortunately. That's pretty heavy, even in the private sector, unfortunately. But surveillance and the use of sources and informants to provide info and data on we the people, should we be deemed person of interest, or persona non grata, whatever the case might be. So be prepared to be in the position to, vet people a little bit before you just start telling them things, or if you just met them, or if they're trying to get into your group, your mag perhaps, or maybe it's somebody just moved in the neighborhood. You need to be smart about how you interact with those people and what you're willing to tell them. And, before you let them in your, what I would call the circle of trust, to borrow from the Meet the Fockers, I think is the movie, you need to know who they are, and you need to do a little research. I'm not telling you to be paranoid. I'm just telling you to be smart about who you tell things to and what you tell them until you know them. That's one part. And then, of course, what you wear, what you drive, how you carry yourself, are all things that you can also go gray with. Maybe you wear normal clothing. Maybe you just wear a typical gray hoodie or black hoodie and some jeans and ball cap. Maybe you're just a normal dude walking down the street with a backpack, and maybe you've got some party favors in that backpack, some hardware, so to speak, but nobody's going to know because you're just a dude walking down the street with a little backpack on. Be resourceful in what you can load into something like a backpack to protect yourself in the form of, lethal and non-lethal hardware. And practice with it, load stuff up and walk around a little bit, see what it's going to be like if you ever have to, go out on foot or whatever a case may be. Don't just throw it on when the time is right. Again, you want to fit in, you want to blend in. And like I said, with that, with what clothing and things like, identifiable jackets, things that might say, NRA or other, pro 2A groups, you might want to, I'm not telling you don't have beliefs, but what I'm telling you is that you may not want to draw that type of attention to yourself and the heat of the moment if something's going down. You may just want to blend in. Again, not telling you people you can't believe or think or be what you want to be. I'm just giving you my advice when it comes to going gray and, how critical and important that might be to your safety and the safety of your family and friends and your property. If something seriously goes down in an SHTF situation. If you are a vet, and maybe you have your 214 on you or something, or if your ID doesn't have veteran on it in Texas, ours have, what veteran, if we're a veteran, it indicates that on our license, and it also tells you the branch that you served in now. So that's a pretty cool thing. But other than that, I would avoid, throwing a bunch of military stuff on, so to speak. Maybe you wear something that's a little bit more, maybe like a unit patch that nobody would know except somebody in the military, maybe something like that instead of, maybe not a U.S. Marine Corps, red t-shirt. That might sort of be giving you away. But, do you, I'm just saying that, use your head when it comes to dicey situations, and, showing bravado and arrogance sometimes is not the way to do it. I'm a veteran and I totally support veterans. I'm just saying we probably need to wise up and be a little smarter when it comes to how we project ourselves in a civilian environment when it's a SHTF situation. That's all I'm saying. So use your brain. Especially urban settings, you probably don't want to go throw on, your camouflage uniform and run around. Probably not a good idea. Avoid stickers and decals on your vehicle like NRA, other, pro 2A groups that could get you jammed up, possibly, and, give you unnecessary trouble that you may not need along the way if you're trying to be gray. And lastly, I'll say we need to get back to using, ComSec and OPSEC. ComSec being communication security, OPSEC being operational or operations security. Loose lips sink ships. Remember that? That's very important. Again, I think in the future, you know, there's going to be a major use of surveillance and human intelligence to, um, take out or quell any type of uprisings that may occur. And I sure hope I'm wrong, but using ComSec and OPSEC are really good habits to be in when you're communicating, in person, in writing, and or electronically. So please remember that. I think it's a smart way to be. And if you're not sure what that is, you can chime in below, and we can talk about it offline or whatever. But ComSec, OPSEC, what you wear, what you display, how you act, and then who you allow in your group. Those are 4 big areas that you need to be paying attention to, in my opinion, especially when it comes to an SHTF situation or the fact of trying to draw less attention to yourself and your group. So with that, I would say I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Keep prepping and fill those holes as you need to, and make it count, because I think that time is short when it comes to what we need to fill up with and top off, because I think dicey times are ahead. So with that, keep prepping, stack it deep, and long live the Republic.